Yo. What's up, y'all? How y'all been? Good? Come on, give me some of that. It's been a long time, right? Please don't hurt me. The thing is, the sunlight, like I usually use natural sunlight, but we don't got that right now. But y'all, we are back for another video, all right? I know I've been gone for like, it's been like what, a month ain't that. But look, y'all, that's why you guys should be following me on all my social medias, because I'm active on TikTok, I'm active on Instagram. It just takes a little bit longer for me to do like YouTube videos and stuff because I gotta record it, and then sometimes my phone don't got enough storage on it, and then I gotta edit, and then sometimes my editing software, bro, my editing software has been acting up, bro. It's been freezing, it's been freaking crashing on me. Like it was just getting frustrated, bro. That's why I took a little break. Okay, it was a long break, but I took a break from YouTube because of that situation. I was just getting too upset at the whole entire thing, so I was like, was that racist? I don't know, maybe. For today, got something special for y'all. We're gonna be doing top 5. Look at my hand. What? Top 5 digital art tips that you want to keep in mind whenever you want to get into digital art and get into drawing in general. So let's get started. Let's start off with tip number 1. Find your sketching brush, all right? Basically, you find a brush that you like to sketch in, all right? Now, I personally like to draw in an airbrush. I don't know what it is, but drawing with the airbrush just feels better to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people just use it for like shading and stuff, but I actually like to sketch with an airbrush. Maybe it's just me, but you know, it's always a good brush to have. It's up to you to figure out what brush that you like, and there's so many brushes you can choose from that you can use to sketch with. Like we got ones like this, you know what I'm saying? We got ones that do that. Like it's all about finding the brush that you like and using that brush for your sketching, all right? And sketching is really important, you know what I'm saying? Because without a good sketch, without a good drawing, you're pretty much not gonna have a really good, illustration pretty much, because you need to have a foundation or sketch in order for that to work out. You know what I'm saying? All right, and tip number 2 is draw in different colors, all right? So right here, I have a good character here, okay? And as you can see, I sketched out different parts of her with different colors, all right? So we separate her hair from a different color. That way we can see it better, okay? I use a blue sketch for the body, and then I use a green one for the clothing. All right, it helps you to pretty much, read the image better. All right, so I always sketch with different colors. This is something you don't have to do, but it's a good tip to keep in mind if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So I always suggest to just try drawing with different colors, and it'll also help you to read the drawing much better than usual, because having different colors, it helps your brain figure out what things are pretty much. Like I know automatically this is her hair, this is her clothing, her skirt, or whatever it is. All right, just figure out the brushes you like to sketch with and use those, and then try to change the color of the brush and break down different parts of the sketch with that different color. So let's move on to tip number 3. All right, now tip number 3 is gonna be all about line art. All right, now line art is probably the most important step in this entire process, all right? Find a good inking pen that you like to do line art on, okay? Now for mine, I have a dip pen, which is a default pen in Ibis Paint that I modified a little bit, all right? And also stabilizer. Now stabilizer basically gives you smoother strokes, okay? Stabilizer pretty much makes the strokes more streamlined, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the little feature in Procreate, where if you draw a line that's like wobbly, it like straightens out for you. That's a really good thing to have on, just in case. Now, don't have it too high, because if it's too high, then it's gonna pretty much make your line art wobbly even more. So I think 1 or 2 is a good setting for that to be at, and it will give you much smoother strokes, and it'll be able for you to get nice lines like that, nice clean lines, you know what I'm saying, over your sketch. And I think it'll just be a much more enjoyable process for you while you're doing your drawing. So that is the next tip. All right, tip number 4 is using Liquify. Now, Liquify is probably one of my favorite tools. My favorite tool in the entire program. All right. Basically, what Liquify does is, let me turn it on real quick. Liquify allows you to tweak and push around proportions of the entire drawing. Okay. Liquify is probably one of my favorite tools ever. All right. Because whenever something looks out of place, you can always just like move it around. Like, look at this. I can just move it whenever I want to. Liquify does so much for the drawing. So I always recommend using Liquify. If your program does not use it, there are ways around it. Like there is a lasso tool. You can always lasso it and then move it around and stuff like that. But whenever things don't look right, you can always just liquify it instead of redrawing the entire thing over again. Liquify the entire thing, and then you can make your adjustments over in the entire over on the drawing, and it just makes like your entire drawing much better. Like if I want to make her frown, I can just liquify her face and make it look like she has an upset face now. Now she looks a little bit mad or a little bit upset. All right. Or if I want to make her eyebrows more scrunched, I can just push them more together like this, you know, or just anything like that. Like pretty much Liquify allows you to make small tweaks to your drawing and pretty much make it improve a whole lot better. So Liquify is definitely one of the tools you want to take full advantage of, you know what I'm saying? And also both Procreate and Ibis Paint, which are the two programs that I use to draw, both have Liquify. So let's move on to the last and final tip. The final tip for digital art or digital art hacks is probably one of my second favorite tools in the entire program, and that tool is color dodge. Now, color dodge is something that you have to use lightly because color dodge can either ruin your entire drawing or make it better. Now, basically, what is color dodge? Color dodge basically allows you to make a very intense beam of light. All right, you can see color dodge just makes the drawing very bright and it gives it a very bright look. All right, now using too much color dodge is not good. All right, as you can see, that's way too much. All right, but small amounts here and there makes your entire drawing stand out and make it much more cool. That's also how I do my glowing eye effect in most of my other illustrations. All right, color dodge is really cool. All right, and I use it for using highlights in the eyes. You can use it for highlighting the lip area. You know, take advantage of color dodge. All right, and you guys already know Ross Draws. He's like a big staple of color dodge, and he actually got me into color dodging. So color dodge is something that you really want to learn how to use. Like I said, color dodge is good, but it can either make or break your drawing. Okay, so too much color dodge is bad for the drawing, but just enough is perfect. So it's all about finding that fine line in between the two and figuring out what it is. All right, now when I do color dodge, I also have the opacity a little bit low, as you can see right here, because it's so strong. Because if I turn the opacity of color dodge all the way up, look at how strong that light beam is. Like, look at that. You see how strong that light beam is when I turn it all the way up? You know what I'm saying? So having it low is actually much beneficial, all right? But you play around with it, figure out how you like to use it. But yeah, color dodge is a very, very overpowered tool in the digital art communities, all right? So if you use it right, it can make your drawing 100 times better. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hope it helped. Hope it gave you guys some good tips. Like I said, those are the best tips in order for getting good coloring and good digital effects. I will be doing more in the future because there's way more to digital art than just what I taught in this video. This was just like a small, minuscule example of what you can do. But it's still some tips I want you guys to keep in mind whenever. Damn, do you hear how loud these kids are? Fuck. Shut the hell up. Like, anyway, y'all, I'm gonna end the video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.